in and day out. In the middle of the night, she is waking up and taking care of the child. So child loves mother because of service. So anybody, leader who is having a service attitude. Nowadays, this is a buzzword, service-oriented leadership. And ultimately, who is the boss? Do you know what they call? In today's word of commodities, who is the boss? He said, customer is the boss who gives you money. Who is the boss? Actually, customer is the boss because he pays, then your product is sold and you're all the people, you are paid by that. So boss is the customer. And he will only come back to your shop if you give good service. And if you give good service, then he will develop a trust. Not only trust, then he will love that place. One leader, he gave his own example. He said, first time, he's a Peter, he's also a trainer for the tennis players, and he gives all over the world seminars about leadership. He said, first time I went with my vehicle to one petrol pump, gas station. The two persons came, and they asked first my name. And then they said, well, how can we serve you? And they checked diesel, petrol, everything. From then, that day, in the town, I never knew another pump. And I counted after 20 years, I spent $35,000 for petrol from that only one pump. Because he asked me my name. Everybody likes his name to be called. So this is a personal thing. And then he said, and then I asked them, he said, it's our family business. It's our family business. Family business means a team business. So most important is service. In today's word, therefore it says, if you give good service, then you keep the relationship. Then people trust you. And then after trust, they love you. And then when they love your institute, then they are ready to sacrifice everything for that. So this is the way people used to teach in past, you love your country. Patriotism was there's a loving the country. Not country, loving the man of the country, actually. Because leader deals with whom? Leader doesn't deal with institute, deals with the people, with the individual. So each person is so individual. Two thumb impression of two persons are not identical in millions. Two faces are not identical in millions. Handwriting is not identical. So everybody is individual. Everybody is very, very personal individual. So dealing with different individuals, the leader should have really some character. Therefore, leadership has to be based on principle, and principles never changes. And sometime nowadays, principle people have forgotten what they want. They want something quick fix. They want a quick fix. They want to earn overnight. Therefore, these few words, would you like to listen about how the leaders should avoid these sins? They call the 8 sins of the leadership. Just listen this. Wealth without work. If you want to earn money without doing work, this is something which nobody will like. What do you think? If your neighbor, you see after 1 year, he is big building 2-3 cars, what do you think in your mind? He's not worked anything. From where he has got all this? Must have done some black business, isn't it? What comes next to your mind? And then something is started. If you see somebody is hard working in his field from day in and day out, and then he just built some house. This is love, and he's very, at least our neighbor is very happy. So work without, say, wealth without work is something which people hate. And then it comes commerce without morality. If you do the business and there's no morality, it is a sin. And the third thing is education without ethic. एक उर्दू में एक कहावत हुआ करती थी, वो किताब काबिल ज़ब्त है. I mean, those books should be banned. जिसको पढ़ के, after studying those, बेटा बाप को बोले खफत है. The son comes and tells to the father, you are a fool, you don't understand what is the world. Such books should be banned. So there should be ethic. Education must have ethic. Though no ethic, the education has no value. Then it is a robot. He can do something good, but he cannot relate with his parents. Who gives the education to the kids? Parents. Who pay for you? Parents. Do you think they are not knowing that what they are doing? We think now they don't understand. They don't understand us. Why don't you understand the parents? They spend the whole life on you. So this is most important single figure. This is ethic. And therefore education was based originally. Education means to bring out. To bring out means to bring out these characteristics which individual have. It's not to pull something from out inside. Basically, in Latin word, education means to bring out. To bring out means actually what is inside. What is inside actually means the characteristic of a living, characteristic, inseparable of a living being. That is inside. And what is the characteristic of the living being which is inside? That is love and service. Love and service. Now you look all over the world, not only human, even to the animal kingdom, there is a love and service or not. Is not the cow licks the calf and feed the milk with love? Is not a service she is rendering? Saw the sparrow taking a few grains and just feeding the baby? Is not service out of love? In any animal kingdom, the birds, are not our parents serving us and loving us? So this love and service is inseparable from a living force. Living force has this only identity, service and love. Therefore, education means to bring out the attitude of service. In olden days when we used to go to school, in front was written, come to learn. And when we were going out, inside it was written, go to serve. These are the two slogans we saw. When we enter the school, it says, enter to learn, go out to serve. So industry of service, that you are learning here to serve. Serve with a understanding. Not a, this is sometimes service is, it's a joke sometimes we tell. He said, how you got all this good benediction from saintly person? He said, by service. I serve him license. What did he do? He said, I used to bath him every day with cold water. And then say I was feeding him every day very, very hot drink. Okay. He said, I can do the same thing and get a benediction. And he went there. It was winter. It was show winter. And he says, come my saintly, but I want to take you bath. And he put the ice cold water, and he's expecting that he's going to give me benediction. And then he said, so this is, therefore you need to know service, but it should be by learning, then you can serve. How to serve? That's called favorably. Serve favorably. Which is beneficial. Let's say, if you pay 10 rupees to the ice cream wala, if the kids are 5 years with a running nose, having a cold, cough, if with 10 rupees he goes to the ice cream parlor and asks for ice cream, will he give or not? He will give, isn't it? He's doing service. He's doing service to the society. He's selling ice cream. But will this help this child? No. Will mother give? If you ask mother to give ice cream, will the mother give? No. What she will give? Bitter medicine. Because she loves the child. That service which mother is doing out of love. And the salesman is doing out of remuneration. The service which is based on love is enduring, is a long duration. Those companies survive, those house, those families, they survive. They base their whole life on love and service. Teacher, treater means doctor, and preacher means who teaches to the people about high character and moral values. They are near to God. They are loved by God. My teacher once told me like this. He was a teacher, so he wanted to give this message to me. Because these are the people, you give your loving child to a teacher for 5 hours, and you expect something good out of that. It means you are living 5 hours living every day, a child with a teacher. If he has a character and his leadership, and he's utilizing his power properly, then he will bring him a nice citizen of the future. So we trust him. So we give our kid to him, which is we cannot. How much you fear to leave your kid in the street and leave him with somebody for some time? No, you don't want to associate with anybody. Particularly, mothers never want their kids to be associated with anybody. But you leave him in the SCN of the teacher for hours. It's because we trust them. Because they are trusted by God, they are loved by God. Therefore they say, and the treater, doctor, you give your very loving mother to the doctor to cut through the knife, through his chest and open his heart. Because we have a trust. And that person only does this with a faith in the God that I am going to do good for this person. Every doctor has this mentality, I am going to heal this person's suffering. That is the service mood. The whole idea is I am going to serve. This is the whole idea, I am going to serve. And the preacher, similarly, he wants everybody to be moral, have a high character. Because God is watching us. God is watching us. At no time that we are free to do whatever we like. There is somebody who is watching us. Therefore, once somebody went to steal some mangoes from some farm, and he got his son to stand nearby. He looked front, he looked behind, he looked all sides, and then he climbed on the mango tree, and he was about to pick the mango. The son said, "My father, you did not look up." And father immediately realized, here's the intelligent question, I did not look up, somebody is from up watching me. He got down. He got down and he left the mangoes, he got back home. And he said, somebody from above is always looking at us. You may do something good for yourself for some time. You cannot make all people fool for all the times. So above somebody is there to looking at us. So leader is always one who is in commune actually. Commune means who is understanding what is the desire of the Supreme. And the leader learns from the nature actually. If the good leader has not to go to any school to learn actually. Learn from the sun. Every day coming in time, is it punctual or not? You learn punctuality from the sun. And what is the next thing you learn from the sun as a leader? He gives light. He removes your darkness. He makes you to work. If there is no daylight, nobody can work. You are working because there is daylight. It means leader is one who make people work. Who make people live positively. Get into action. And what the other thing which sun is doing? All the filthy places, purify. So leader is one, the weak people, he pick them up and purify them. Purify them, he bring them up and make them useful. The sun is doing this, isn't it? Everything garbage we are throwing, sun is purifying. So you have to learn from sun simply. It's a nature. It's a nature which is giving the guidance about it. You have to be punctual. Is any day you know sun has taken any leave? No. It's all the time on job. So he has arranged this sun for us to be learning from sun. And he make this arrangement because he loves us. God loves us. And leader is one who loves his dependent. Because we are dependent upon God. We are his children. We are God's children. Similarly, anybody who is working under some leader, they are his children basically. And he has to treat them as you treat your child. This is the basic philosophy of leadership, that you love them. Out of love you help them. So then the next point says, science without humility is a sin for the leader. Science without humility means you have an atom bomb. It's a nice science to break the atom, electron, proton. It's very nice. But if you throw it on a Hiroshima then, Nagasaki then, the whole world is today